Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Play Darkest Dungeon with No Fair Fight, our 2D roguelike dungeon crawler RPG strategic game. You might be wondering why I'm starting anew. That was because I was not giving you the gameplay you deserve. We will concentrate on special character classes, which will be the Houndmaster, the Crusader, the Aberration and the Chester. Why we do that, I will explain later in the game. We'll do dark runs, except for the Crusaders, they will maybe do light runs. And we will try to concentrate on getting as many heroes as possible tested. And we're of course playing with the DLC, everything we can get. And we're playing without time restrictions, so we're going for Darkest. So we just need a good name for that one. Will be the Dark Run. Now come on. The Dark Run. And here we immediately go, and we'll meet each other in the woods. And here we are. You might ask, Boris, will this also be a tips and tricks video? Yes, of course. Every episode will give you some clues about the game that might help you in your own journey. This is a fantastic game, if you ask me. Yes, there is a lot of luck involved, but there is also a lot of things where you can use your strategies, tips and tricks to survive the dungeons and do better. First thing we always do, although it reduces our dodge, scouting and chances to getting or to surprising the enemy, we will dim the light down to nothing. Because if that thing is zero,
darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Yes, it does, because it holds more loot, and loot is what we're in for. That's the first tip. Second one is quirks. Your heroes have quirks, some of them good, some of them negative. There are, however, some quirks that you don't want to go into a dungeon with. For example, kleptomanic, because this guy is going to steal your stuff and he's not giving it back. So as long as this character has, for example, this quirk, try to keep him out. I have to take him the first two missions because I don't have anyone other to send. But as soon as we have other heroes, we'll send them and not him until we've got rid of that thing. How that works, I'll tell you later. The skills. Not all skills are equally useful. Some of them are going for the same slots or doing the same thing more or less. So try as soon as you have the building to give your hero the right skills. Unless they're single-use heroes. Then of course don't invest any money in them.
Have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
So we are surprised.
This thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Now, the reason why it's important to have character classes that work from every point of the own party slot is that you get ambushed a lot. And when you're ambushed, your people are, well, they're dispositioning themselves. For example, this guy should also normally be at the second position, not in the first. But he'll do. When you have characters that or classes that can work in every position, of course that's more useful, because if you get ambushed, it's not your problem.
A faint hope blossoms.
So we switch him back. Halt. Yay, loot!
A handsome
Oh,
reward.
not very
For a
handsome,
task well performed.
if you ask me.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
We're
An
bleeding!
ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
We could try to stun the guy. Although if we stun him, we're doing a lot less damage, and we have to kill this bastard. Ouch! The pain!
Finished.
Now we're bleeding and getting stressed. Now that's evil. This guy's just keeping firing at us over and over and over again.
Nerves and panic.
Wonderful, but now the corpse is in our way, and we cannot get past the corpse, can we? This guy can just keep firing on us.
Weakened.
It does not matter how badly we are getting wounded. As long as we survive the dungeon, health will always be restored fully. Haha! Dodged you, bastard.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And they do. And we
Success
found
so
a lot of
clearly
loot.
in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Next tip. Try to get some deeds in your first test mission or tutorial missions, because you will need the deeds to upgrade your stagecoach. So we could try to open this chest. It will do us no good, because it's always trapped. Something doesn't look quite right on this one, and we have no way to open that thing. So we're just leaving. Let's see what we got. And we got a quirk. Robust. Disease resist. Now that's not the best thing that can happen, but well, who cares. We also didn't get any item. You've seen that our heroes have armor and...
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
You see that our guys have weapons and armor. Each character class has the same. If you upgrade one of them, they will be upgraded for all characters in the same character class, those you have and those who will come. Furthermore, they can carry 2 special items that you can find. Most of those things have positive and negative effects, so keep that in mind. Most of the buildings in the beginning are not available to us. The graveyard is available to us.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
But this building has no effect.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
With this tree you can simply review missions and the ancestors' speeches. The only building that you can access right from the start and that you should upgrade, it has your first priority of all, is the stagecoach.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Always keep in mind that your heroes are your main resource.
Foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
With this thing upgraded 2 times, we'll get 4 heroes every time. So even if all the heroes die in a mission, we will always have a full new party each time we leave a dungeon. That is wonderful.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
So, we're ready to go. Nothing else we can
A
do.
mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
This is one of the items I spoke of. As you can see, it's a very bad item for us, because we have no problem with move resist as soon as our party is perfect, because we're building ambush parties, which means we're building parties that are not influenced by ambushes that much. Crests are good, but actually we need deeds, not crests, but we cannot do anything about that at the moment. The Vestal and the Plague Doctor are always preset. You will always have this party here to start your first mission. You cannot influence that in any way. When it comes to provision, keep the following thing in mind.
Measured now in gold, later in blood.
Always buy all the food you can get, because it's cheap and you can use it to heal your people. Buy at least 2 to 3 shovels, 2 to 3 skeleton keys, and if you're going into the ruins, 2 herbs, because you will need these items to get better loot out of special objects, of curiosity objects. We don't need any of the other stuff at the moment, so we can go right in. Remember that if you have loot left or usable items left at the end of the dungeon, you will resell them for a very small amount of gold, but at least you're getting something out of it. course, we kill the light first thing.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
She is curious. Oh boy. That means she will trigger things like that by herself without us being able to influence the object with our special items. That is nearly as bad as kleptomanic. Nearly as bad. We've surprised them, which is pretty rare, I would say. The Witch Doctor is not exactly my favorite.
Back to the pit.
But it'll do. Good. Critical healing helps with... every time you get hit critical, your stress level arises. And every time you hit critical, your stress level decreases.
With impunity.
Unlocked struck boxes. So don't use keys on unlocked struck boxes. Keep that in mind. Always. Because otherwise you will be wasting a lot of good keys for nothing. Now you see these things.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
You could try to do that without a shovel, but you will lose a lot of time. Your guys will get hungry, eat food, and they will get stressed a lot. Don't do this ever. Keep the following thing in mind. This thing is the most dangerous because she's stressing you. Stress is carried over from dungeon to dungeon, not like health. That is always replenished. We could shovel and stun that thing. That might be fun. That didn't work, sadly. And she's just one life point left to do this.
Reeling, about to break.
That was really bad. She will die from the blight. We don't have to do anything here. Oh crap, they're concentrating.
How quickly the tide turns.
And now you can see what ambushes do exactly. He's keeping our heroes from doing anything useful.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We're getting a lot of damage here. Oh, we can do nothing with him. That's really bad. Can only reposition ourselves. And he will strike us, but there is... Oh, well, we could heal. We could do a party heal. But actually... No, he cannot kill him, so it makes no sense. So let's do a heal. She can take a beating. No problem. And you can finish him off.
Another one falls.
But as you can see, we're already badly stressed.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
But that's it. Sometimes it goes well and sometimes it don't. And the trick of the game is to work with that.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
We're not exactly getting a lot of... Oh boy, that is bad. Can we shovel you? We could. Funny thing though. Yeah. Who are we gonna... I think you are the one I'm gonna toast. We could shoot and damage all of them, but that makes no sense for us, because if we do that, everyone will get wounded, but everyone will still be able to strike.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them
all. Now this could be bad, because that can potentially kill
A
him.
hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Now he's really getting stressed, but he was never useful in the first place. So if he lives or dies, that's not that important to us. However, we should kill that thing fast, because it's going to stress us really, really badly. As you can see, not good. And
Another
he's
life
dead.
wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold.
He was useless anyway. So...
Destroyed.
At least now
Success so clearly in view.
we're getting a
Or
loot
is
that
it
we can
merely
use.
a trick of the light?
Let's eat some food. We're now down to 3. That is not exactly very good for us. But that's the game. We can live with that, I hope. We would have dismissed the Plague Doctor anyway after this fight.
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
If we get really unlucky, our Crusader will get... Oh boy, there are a lot of traps here.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Yeah, it will sure not. This might be the answer to our problems.
Begone, fiend!
Holy crap. That was impressive. Oh, miserable. At least he cannot shoot anymore. When they shoot, they really do a lot of damage. Well, they seem to do a lot of damage anyway. We try to concentrate to take them out.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
Okay, you must immediately heal our friend.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Heal! Oh boy, she's really bad at healing. Is that possible? With just healing what she is damaging anyway.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Does he? I don't see a lot of crumbling here. Switch that for that. And now we'll do something. This thing could give us loot, but actually our Crusader here is more important. So we spend our holy water to heal ourselves and get rid of some of the stress level. Well, at least there is loot. Let's hope that he don't get it. Man, the lady is crazy. And we should eat up some food with him, just to get him back into fighting condition. There is a fight ahead. We could avoid it, but actually... Oh boy, that is a lot of them. That is a lot of them. Oh boy. Look at this. They're going to shoot us to pieces no matter what we do. And they're fast. Look at the speed. Speed, by the way, is determined.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
By your actual speed level, in this case 1, plus a number, random number from 8 to 1.
As the fiend falls,
A faint hope blossoms. Well, there is not a lot of hope if we get 10 damage. Well, that's another 8. I think we should go for healing now.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
We're not doing enough damage, that's our problem. We're simply not doing enough damage here. He didn't bleed, that would have been wonderful.
Weakened.
Maybe I should have better killed the guy.
Grievous injury.
Holy shit.
Fear.
That is not exactly going very well, is it? Because he will be at the death's door any second now.
The will to fight falters.
Heal him.
Patched up. If only to bleed again.
We need to get this guy into range.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Don't panic, situation is still under control. That is not exactly helping a lot. Okay.
But a victory nonetheless.
We only need one food for each of our warriors to keep them healthy when the time to eat comes. And we only have to scout a little bit more to accomplish the mission. Although the mission itself is not that important because we don't need the crests.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Oh no. Oh, you're kidding me. Look at this. 8 crests and he took them. Everyone eats. Now we really got very, 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 very bad loot. We have no food to patch ourselves up. So we can only try to go in one more fight and hope that this dungeon will pay off somehow. Because at the moment, this was not a successful mission. With 4 bursts, 1 portrait and 2 deeds, this is a horrible mission. Oh boy, this will not go very well either. Okay, shoot, shoot, shoot. No, do this.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Well, at least that worked. Right in the fields.
True test. Hold fast or expire.
We could try to heal. Oh, actually, yes, we should heal. Okay. We can do this. Oh, we don't?
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Ouch. Yeah, our guys will get nuts.
Survival is a tenuous proposition in this sprawling tomb.
And he's getting crazy. Okay, we can just hit them as hard as we can. And hope that we survive the onslaught. Healing now makes no sense. We must take the enemy out. That's the only way we're gonna win this. I think that's the worst mission I've ever had as a start mission. But that's how it goes. We're not making anything nicer as it is. And I could not influence that anyway.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Let's hope for some good loot this time. Yeah, that nearly paid off. Close. 6 of those, 12 of this, 4 of this. That could be worse. You see, they sell all the old stuff. The gold is okay. The crests will be wonderful. Those two are dead, we don't care. Egomania and Adventurer. The Yips. Oh boy, that Crusader is basically useless now.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So we have to do something to get this Crusader here up and running again.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
Oh boy, the only place where we could send him is where the caretaker has taken them. He's always blocking one of the possible buildings. And, well, this time he's blocking the Abbey for stress relief.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
And as he's God-fearing, he can only pray to relieve stress, so we can do nothing to lower his stress level. And you're so stressed out that I don't see any way of getting you useful again. So there you go. Away with you. Let's hope...
Send this one to journey elsewhere, for we have need of sterner stock. To fight the abyss, one must know it.
And there you see we have another problem, because this party here is definitely not a fighter party. These two guys here are not fighters, this guy is not a fighter, and this guy is not that much of a fighter anyway. They're just support characters basically, these three. And not even very good ones. Dirkstab. Oh boy. Yeah, this is pretty bad. However, we'll see each other next time. Bye.